Welcome back to the channel, and today we're going to be reviewing a flanker from Abdul Qurashi's Qurashi blend line named Qurashi Blend Blue. This is another sample because it's a very expensive perfume and we don't just blind buy these, as I advise my viewers as well, because you got to test this out to see whether you actually like it. Now let's do a quick spray. That's an interesting opening. So I tested this before on my skin. It shares the same DNA as the Qurashi blend, but it turns in the opening, just as in the Qurashi blend, the OG. I get a blast of that. I get a blast of that bergamot and citrusy, that citrusy freshness mixed with a slight herby feel as well. But in this case, that herb shrubbery feel and oud slightly toned down, even though I feel it in the background. And what they have introduced into it is like a slight tonic sort of sweetness. It's not the same kind of sweetness that I observed with the OG. This is a slightly tonic and slightly more medicinal sweetness. And interestingly, this smell or this scent profile is less complex than the OG, in that I do not sense many transitions as the OG does. So this scent profile pretty much stays with us throughout its entire, I want to say, 2-hour cycle on our skin. Of course, it gets lesser and lesser in terms of projection as 2 hours goes down. And even though another difference between this and the OG is that it's much stronger than the OG up front. So it projects a little bit more, and it's quite strong. That sweet note projects a little bit more than the OG, but it's also less complex. Obviously, as it tones down, you can feel that musk and the sandalwood as you do in the OG as well, but much less prominent, because this slight sweet tonic note, it does sort of overpower the rest of those notes, and I think that is the intention. Between both of them, I gotta say I do prefer the OG to this because of its complexity, and I'm not really a fan of this tonic kind of smell. It reminds me, not directly, but of another perfume that I smelled that has a slight tonic sweetness to it, and it's called Rituals of Anfar Meditation. Now, it's obviously not a one-to-one clone or anything like that. That's a completely different perfume that was released way before this was, but it did remind me a bit of that. But in that one, there was no oud or herbal note at all. It was just that tonic sort of sweetness turned all the way up. But here, some of the other notes help tone it down and balance it out. But yeah, so that's my review of that. Not my favorite in the line, but let me know what you guys think of it. And if you want me to review any specific type of perfume content, preferably in the Middle Eastern sort of Khaliji range or Duke range, do let me know, and I'll see you on the next one.